Well, good evening, good afternoon, good morning to you, wherever it is that you are joining us in whatever part of the world. Apologies, we are running a little bit behind here this evening. All my fault. The weather conditions have knocked the internet a little bit wonky, and we've had issues connecting here this evening. But we are online and we are streaming live to you via Facebook and YouTube here at Spiritual Psychics TV with your fortnightly edition of Collective Consciousness. So thank you guys for persevering and holding space and being patient with us whilst we've got things up and running. Now, this evening is going to be just slightly different in context to what our regular viewers are very familiar with. I did have some planned guests to join, but unfortunately, for personal reasons, they've not been able to join. However, I have got a very special guest who will be joining me throughout the show, and you will be only hearing their voice. So there's a little clue as to who it could potentially be. So get your ideas typed into the comments, and let's see who can guess first of all. But as I say, a warm welcome to each and every single one of you. Thank you for joining the show. As always, please do share Spiritual Psychics TV out there to all of your personal pages and indeed any spiritual pages you feel it may be of relevance to. As we are running live here, there is approximately a 10 to 15 second time delay when you place your comments to us receiving them, and vice versa. So patience is a virtue. And should myself or my guest choose to work with you here this evening, it's really, really important that you keep those comments rolling in as quickly as you possibly can, because it just allows the vein of the message to continue to flow. I can see all of these comments that are popping up and everybody's saying, Richard, you're absolutely right, guys. We have got producer Richard joining Collective Consciousness here this evening. Now, it's not the first time we've actually worked together. Again, for those regulars who tune in, you will know that we done a live a couple of years back where we done a paranormal experiment where Richard was in the studio and I was here at home, and we had some phenomenal evidence captured on camera. So this evening, what we've decided to do is make some psychic link connections, not only using my own oracle deck of cards that I've pulled, but also some of those wonderful oracle deck of cards that Richard has been working incredibly hard on here at SP TV. So virtually we will be placing a card up and connecting to some of you lovelies, as well as me linking in with spirit should they decide to drop in and want to say hello. So that's how we're going to roll here this evening. A little bit different, but I hope you're all going to really embrace it and enjoy it, and we'll see how things go. So let's say a few hellos to some of you lovelies, because I can see all of these comments popping up. We've got Natalie Bentley, who joins via Facebook. Good evening to you, Natalie. It's lovely to have your company, and thank you for holding space. Julia Hewitt, you are joining also via Facebook. Thank you for holding space. It's lovely to have your company. Hayley Wells is also joining via Facebook, along with Millie B, who joins via YouTube. So good evening to you, Millie B. Does anyone know? She's saying, does anyone know? And then I've missed the rest of the message because the comments are scrolling, but we'll come back to you at some point there, Millie. Tracy Honey saying, brilliant evening ahead, and she's joining via YouTube. Good evening to you, Tracy. Thank you for holding space, my lovely. We have also got joining us here, Spirit of Love, who also joins via YouTube. So good evening to you too, Spirit of Love. Thank you for holding space. We have Tammy Mason, who joins via Facebook, popping up little butterflies and love hearts in the comment section there. So thank you for those, Tammy. Patty Kennedy also joins via Facebook. Good evening to you, Patty. Thank you for holding space, my lovely. And Nicola Humphreys also joins via YouTube. This is lovely. So many comments. And again, guys, do let me know what part of the world you're joining us from as well, because I know we reach all different countries all over the globe. So that'll be great to know where you're watching from so I can give you a shout out. And we've got the lovely Lorraine Clark. Can't stop, Bill, but just wanted to say hi and lovely to see you again. Lots of love. Lots of love back to you too, Lorraine. Thank you for that lovely message. God bless you. Righty ho. So I'll say a couple more hellos, and then I shall bring my guest on to voice, because as we know, he is a man of mystery. He won't be coming onto screen, but we will certainly be hearing him. Jan Alwood is from Slovakia. How fantastic is that? What a beautiful profile picture you have there. Thank you for holding space, Jan. It's lovely to have your company. And Stephania Ann Evans is from Newport, watching via Facebook. Good evening to you too. Thank you so much for being here and holding space. So are you there, producer Richard? Are you there?
I am now. I'm here now. Hi, everybody. Hi, Bill. Thanks for the invite.
Oh, do you know what? Why didn't we think of this?
Because I've got the brains, you've got the looks, so it just didn't work.
Do you know what? I think this is a lovely way, actually. I'm glad that I've been able to share this evening with you, because I think this is a lovely way, as we're beginning to bring the show to a closure. I think this is a lovely way of me just having you here at this moment in time to give you a heartfelt thanks and sincerity from the bottom of my heart for everything that it is that you have done for me as an individual by giving me the opportunity, not only with this show, but also the opportunities with Spiritual Psychics TV. So from my heart to yours, thank you for believing in me, and thank you for entrusting me to represent your channel. Don't start crying.
You are very more than welcome, you know that. It's been our pleasure, along with the viewers. With you coming on the channel, it's completely uplifted it, and a lot of your guests have their oown shows on SBTV.
And do you know what? That's so lovely to see as well. Isn't it wonderful to see that growth of so many others coming off of the back of the show?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's been wonderful, and thanks to you. But I'm hoping you'll come back after your long break, but we'll wait and see, as we say.
Listen, as they say, the door is never fully closed. So we'll just keep a little cliffhanger.
Well, it is if I don't like it.
That's very kind of you to leave the opportunity open, and I feel very blessed to have that opportunity. So thank you very much. So we're going to do a few card pulls tonight for some of these lovelies that are joining us here this evening. Not only with the decks that I've got here, but also the decks that you've been working on incredibly hard to create at SPTV. So maybe for some of the viewers that are joining for the first time here this evening that don't know about that, do you want to just fill everybody in with it?
Yeah, if you're a newbie, let's actually just switch screens so everybody can see you on the top, and one of the card you see on screen now, that is the back cover, and we've called it the Divine Guidance, the SPTV Divine Guidance Oracle deck. But it's a pack, because you get the booklet that comes with it. It's 90 pages, which I've literally just finished today, which you actually quite said to me last year that I'd be writing a book, and I said no, I'm not interested in writing a book. So I suppose in some way this is, because it's around 19,000 words. Wow. In this. So yeah, it's quite a bit in there, but it's been fun, because every time I write a description I see something else and I rewrite it a little bit more. So the cards there's 78 in the deck, but it's a bit unique because we have 75 and there's 3 blank cards. So there's no title to the card. There is a description to explain what's on the card, how it looks and what you can look for, but it's allowing you as the host, the person reading it, the user, let's say, to actually call it something, whatever you want to call it. It's your own personal card. And there's 3 of them, and then we have the life pack, which is completely unique. I haven't seen this through my investigations, that these cards are about everyday's life. So you will have health. I know people say you shouldn't talk about health, but it's a private reading. It's for you. The card's designed for you. So you have the health. Then we have like law, which we've called an official. Yet again, people say you shouldn't put these in oracle decks, but yet again, it's unique. It's how you interpret the card. There is a disclaimer in there, by the way, just in case, as you do. So yeah, there's lots of cards, but going back to the free unnamed, we had a VIP evening where the VIPs for about a good 2 hours were going through all the cards of what should be placed and what shouldn't be placed. So it was with them as well. So thank you to all the VIP members who turned up to actually help choose the cards. We had Sarah Andrews help us with is it 9 archangels? I think they are main archangels. So she helped with them and give descriptions. So it's been a collective. Terry as well, obviously the admin here, she's been helping with the descriptions and looking at it, because when you write things down, you always need 6 pairs of eyes just to go over it and stuff like that. But to purchase the cards, they're on pre-order only. We need to raise around 1,300 and I think it's £36 or whatever it is to actually get them into print. We rounded up to 1,400, so that means for 100 packs we can then send them around the world, like Africa or New Zealand or America, without any additional cost at £25, which includes postage and packaging in a box, with the booklet as well. So it's not just something that you can get from online retailers or anywhere else. It's unique to SBTV only. So we started a crowdfunder for people to pre-order, get the cards, and then once we've reached the target, we get them printed. The printers told us it takes 16 days, and then we just send them out as soon as we got them. So yeah, wow. it's so we do it. So if you've ordered already, you're on the waiting list. You're not on the waiting, you have to wait a bit longer because obviously we haven't reached our target yet. So that's the cards.
And I'm sure you'll pop that link into the chat function at some point. So if there's anybody that's interested in purchasing or pre-ordering a pack of the cards, then they can do so by simply clicking on that link. And there are, guys, some absolutely phenomenal illustrations within that deck. So it's a well worth purchase.
Yeah.
So we're going to make some connections tonight, Richard, psychically, using your cards as well as mine. And as I say, we will roll with spirit, as I always do, with regards to them just nipping in and wanting to give a message to whoever it is that I feel drawn to. So shall we roll some of the comments of the viewers that we have joining us to see if there's anybody in particular that we maybe get drawn to? Christine saying, I know, I can't wait. Nicola, Natalie Bentley, Tammy Mason.
Oh yes, because I just saw that comment from Christine. In 9 days, she's after like 2 odd years, she's coming to Bognor Regis to actually meet you, myself, because she's going to watch your live show in Bognor Regis Spiritual Centre.
Absolutely, live show, guys, and I'm sure that will come up during the break at some point here during the interval. But Bognor Regis Spiritual Centre, a week on Saturday, demonstration of mediumship with myself, David Hale, and the lovely Caroline Tinks Johnson. For readings or for you to receive readings, they will only be going to people in church. However, it will be streamed live on Spiritual Psychics TV, so you can watch from home if you can't get yourself a ticket or you don't live local. So if you do live local, come and join us. It'll be absolutely fantastic to see some of you. Okay, I've got to make... I'm just going to put this out there for the minute. Okay, I've been hearing the name Kim being called to me all day. So I know that I need to be making a connection with somebody by the name of Kim who joins us here this evening. I've got Dad, who stands spirit side, who wants to make a connection with me. I also feel with him that he just brings in the essence of a younger male energy also. So if we've got a Kim here,
we do.
Somebody can relate to this information, please can you work with me, because I need to be able to pass on this message, especially from Dad. So that's where I'm going with spirit at this moment in time. We've got Kim Byrne, who is here with us. Kim Byrne, I wonder if you are able to relate to that information so far, please, my lovely. Mary Butcher, my mum's name is Kim, and my sister. Okay, thank you very much. Kim Byrne, Dad and brother. That sounds and that feels about right for me. Kim, it's really important that we've made this connection here this evening, because all day long, as I say, I've had Dad who's been stepping in or standing beside me, and he's just constantly been calling out your name. I know that as he just joins his energy somewhat here with me, there's a reason for him doing so. And this is all about just wanting to place a sense of love, healing, and upliftment around you. So you would understand that at this moment in time, you could do with a good dose of spiritual medicine coming your way. And as Richard says, we are not doctors by any means. We do not medically diagnose, but whether or not it's just a sense of wanting to give you that upliftment and bring you out of a place where I don't want to be sat at this moment in time. I hope you can understand and you can relate to what it is that he shared so far here. And I knew that he was just bringing forward the essence of this younger male, this younger gentleman. And he was quite happy to allow Dad to be that dominant energy, you would understand. So I feel that Dad, when he would have been here, side, would have most certainly have been a very dominant force and a very dominant power within your life. I feel that, you know what, he would have been the one that I would have gone to with regards to wanting to mull over decisions and just run things past him, getting his opinion, his view, and his objective. And I feel that that's the reason why he steps in beside me today, because he just wants to give you a sense of his view of what is going on with regards to this scenario, places around me, and to let you know that he's standing by your side and he's supporting you all the way. You must be sending that message out there. You must be holding that conversation with him, you would understand. So know that he is understanding it, he's reciprocating it, and he's sending it back to you with lots of love. As I just want to bring Brother's energy forward just a little bit more closer here, I know that as he just joins with me, I do feel as though I do understand, I should say. I do understand about life being cut quite short here. And I do actually feel as though this transition, or the period of the way that he transitioned, very much turned everybody upside down. And what I mean by that is we didn't have enough time, or we didn't have enough, we didn't, okay, he keeps talking to me about days. We didn't have enough days to process. Would this make sense with you? Please do tell me if that makes sense with you. Didn't have enough days. It left everybody turned upside down. Didn't know, we didn't, there's a terminology, I can't use that because we're on live TV, but you would understand not knowing our bottom from our head at the point of where he was taken spirit side there as well, please, my lovely. Yes, you talk to them on a daily basis. That's lovely. So know and understand that they are listening and hearing everything that it is that you're sending up there to them. I feel as though I just need to acknowledge April as a month of significance and bring that into the conversation of our chat here this evening. And I also feel as though I just want to go more so towards the front of the month, because I feel around about the 4th or 5th would be of significance. So you would understand April and the 4th or the 5th. If it's not the 4th or the 5th that falls in April, there's the 4th or the 5th that is a significant date that would be plotted or mapped out somewhere else throughout the year. I know with Brother as well that he just gives me a great sense here of him being very well turned out with the way that he just shows himself within his appearance. I know he fits into the dynamics of my frame particularly well, so I know that he would have stood shorter by all means. So he's in my frame. Where are you, my friend? I'm around about 5'8" in height with him. Yes, you do understand, Bill. Thank you very much, my darling. I'm around about 5'8" with him. I feel as though I need to acknowledge a leather jacket, or a love of a leather jacket as well, because he just brings the smell of the leather in underneath my nose as he's sharing that information with me also. Really turned out particularly well. I feel as though I've got a little bit of a look going on in my face where I could turn an eye or two. Dad's birthday, my son's birthday is the 3rd of April. Ah, well, there we go. I can't claim the 3rd of April, but he was saying to me 4 or 5, so I'm a day or two out. Apologies. Sometimes we don't always get it right. But do you know what? He just brings in that cheeky essence of his character as he starts to unfold a little bit here with me this evening. And you know what he's doing? He's placing a smile on my face here, Kim. So I know he certainly wants to give you that at this moment in time there as well, please, my lovely. And for some reason, he wants to give you pears. I'm getting the taste and I'm also getting the smell of pears that he just wants to share here, whether or not this would have been a love of his or there is some type of memory link association connected between the two of you. Again, that I feel might give you somewhat of a chuckle. Yes, he was always very handsome. Bless him. Okay. Just before I send them back off up to the angels there, Kim, if you're happy with your message, please, my lovely. Can you also understand with Dad that there would have been some type of issue with regards to wanting to clear his sinuses as well? And he was a right joker. Bless you. Thank you for confirming that. I feel as I just need to clear sinuses here around Dad. So whether or not that was something that was very evident towards that later stage of his life, before he transitioned spirit side, or this was a condition that he would have encountered and suffered from when he was here on the earth plane. He just wants to place that and bring that again into conversation there. I'm asking them for a parting gift for you just before I send them back off up to the angels there, as I say. Okay. And do you know what they're giving to me? So this must be very significant and tie into what's going on around you at this moment in time, because they're giving me one of those shells that we would use with regards to sage burning and cleansing. So I know that this is symbolic, if not significant, to what it is that you've been doing in and around the home. And I feel as though I need to be sat presently. I don't want to go outside of that, but they're bringing that forward and I can just smell the sage. They're leaving that with you as a parting gift. I'm going to leave their love. So God bless you. You're not sure about the sinuses. Okay, my lovely. That's where he's taken me. I don't want to change it. I don't want to try and make any information fit where it doesn't. But I'm going to leave that gift there with you and say God bless you and thank you so much for being here. As you should have been. You must have known that there was going to be a message coming in for you here this evening. I'm going to send them off back up to the angels. Say God bless you. Thank you. That was a nice start to the evening, wasn't it, Producer Richard?
It was, yeah, very nice. Lovely.
Good. What have you got? What have you got there on your random shuffling deck of cards?
I haven't got
What
any.
have you got?
I haven't. Well,
You haven't got any cards?
Well, what I suggest people do, if they would like one of the divine guidance cards, if they can choose between 36 and 75, then I know which card. That's the part from the life pack, so that's not including the elements, the arcana, major arcana, or the angels, plus the 3 blanks. They're the main ones of the card. So if anybody wants a message, all I'm going to do though, I'm not going to do any psychic stuff because I can't do any of that, but what I can do is I'm looking at your face. Stop putting me off. I can read from the descriptions. Bugger you. Yeah, so if anybody wants one of them, I can pick one between 36 and 75. And whatever they choose, I will then put on screen for everybody to see and for you to see as well. So,
Perfect.
Yeah. All right. And Gina is a newbie.
Psychic connection as well.
Yeah.
Psychic connection, not a mediumistic connection like you've just witnessed with regards to providing and sharing evidence from loved ones that have transitioned. This is purely a blend of our energy with your energy and what it is that we get a sense and feel from that card to connect to you as an individual.
Yeah. So I'm going to turn the comments off, Bill. So if you give me a number between 1 and 20, and then I just pick a name
13.
random. 13.
Yep.
Count back 7 because I get them in box of 20. You see all the comments. So if I just count back 7, it'll be quicker. Yeah. 4, 5, 6, 7, and that is Suzanne Ritchie's.
Susan Ritchie's. How fabulous!
And she's asked for card 55. So this is where it gets all difficult for me because I've got monitors everywhere, but the problem is I've only got one pair of hands to drag the card across, put it on screen. So this is where it takes
just give him something to do, because he doesn't have enough to do here, does he, guys, every day?
Right, so
but just give him something else.
Yeah, thanks very much, Bill. Love you too. And that card is the Hope card. Okay, so I'm just going to put that on screen so you can see it, Bill.
Perfect.
There you go.
Oh, what a beautiful card.
So obviously, if you're getting anything, by all means, shout.
Well, for me, as soon as I blend into the essence of that card, I'm being taken straight up to that heart space area. So I know that as we connect this card to Susan, this is all about just giving her a gentle reminder of what it is that she gives with love so freely to others. Here, I feel compelled, Richard, to say to Suzanne that we need to be conscious about just how much it is that we are emitting and we are giving away so freely here. I feel as though I just want to have a sense of just pulling it back somewhat here. We're connecting with somebody who's a very empathic soul, who's a very good listener, who does everything out of the kindness of her heart and that love aspect. But I feel that as I just blend into Susan's energies here, I feel somewhat a little bit depleted and somewhat drained. So this is a reminder for you here, my lovely, with regards to just making sure that we're shutting off and we're only doing as much as we possibly can, as opposed to going above and beyond here. There's that beautiful wingspan that just sits in behind your angel that's being represented in this card. So for me, this is all about freedom of flight. This is giving you somewhat of a little bit of encouragement to start spreading your wings and to start doing things for yourself as opposed to everybody else. Trust the journey and where this journey is now beginning to take you, because I feel as though I want to stand somewhat a little bit more independent with you as an individual, Suzanne. The other thing that I'm just picking up within this card as well is that beautiful spray of light that just sits around the head of the angel. But I'm depicting this as Suzanne. So for me, this is all about the crown chakra. This is all about awareness and being very conscious of spirit themselves. As I'm saying that, I feel compelled to say to Suzanne here, again, this is a light bulb that you have. We need to be able to control that. We need to be able to distinguish between our earthly life and our spiritual life, making sure that we disconnect the two at the most important times throughout the day, so that they're not kind of like crossing over with one another. And that in its own right is probably an understanding, or it would resonate with you with regards to why you're feeling a little bit drained, because you're just sucking in all of that energy that's being brought in from spirit. So we just need to be grounding somewhat here as well. So I hope that relates to Suzanne. That's what I'm getting from that card, Richard.
Well, I don't need to bother reading the description now. You've just said it.
Have I really?
Yeah. Seriously, you have, yeah. Yeah, there's only seriously. There's one part on here that says, "Embrace the message of this card, allowing to uplift your spirit and reignite the flames of hope within your heart. For in doing so, you open yourself up to the endless possibilities and magic that the universe has to offer." But the rest of it is near enough what the description says.
How fabulous is that? Well, let's hope that it relates and Suzanne can understand. So it'd be great, Suzanne, to have your feedback on that, my lovely. So get those fingers working and let us know if that totally sits well with you. And I suppose whilst we're waiting on Suzanne to give us the feedback there, Richard, should we go with another one of yours, or should we
if you want, we'll go with one of yours. It's your choice. Okay, your choice. It's your show.
Let's go with one of mine. I'm going to go with the Mystical Shaman Oracle deck. And again, I'm going to need you to randomise our lovely guests' names.
There we go.
So I can feel a sense of wanting to work with someone in particular here. I'm still stuck on the Suzanne Richards screen.
What? Oh,
Just FYI.
all right. Thank you for letting me know. I'll get
You're
a
welcome.
I'll get a new producer for you. He's on his way.
So, that's it. I can see. So we've got Christine Davies, Sharon Hughes, my sister.
I
Hello,
know.
Sharon. How are
Hi,
you?
Sharon. Long time no
Vicky
see.
Brocklehurst, Dorothy Baxter, Gian, Jill Story, Doreen, but cards jumped out the pack as I read Doreen Barker. So
It's only because you can't shuffle him properly. That's all that is.
It's probably that. I feel that we need to go back to Doreen.
Yep. Just doing that. There we go.
So Doreen, my lovely, thank you very much for popping your comment up. The card that's come out of the pack for you is Many Paths. Many Paths. First thing that I'm drawn to here is that yellow circle, sun. For me, yellow circle always represents our solar plexus, our gut intuition. I always call it my first brain for those of you that have watched me. It's all about trusting the gut intuition here, feeling into it and knowing and understanding that. I feel as though as I blend in with you, I've got to that point in my life now where I actually allow that to consciously make more decisions than the first brain, the one that we always allow to get in the way, you would understand. The other thing that I'm very much drawn to is the brown earthly tones that just sit on the base of that card here. So again, for you, another person that needs to be making sure that we're grounding ourselves, that we're making sure we're getting ourselves outside of the four walls. I don't want to be contained within the home, you would understand, and just taking in somewhat of what Mother Nature so freely offers us. Just that gentle, soft breeze. Mind you, I'm saying gentle, soft breeze today here in the UK, guys. For those of you that are viewing from overseas, it's been windy, rainy, and goodness knows what else. But you would understand, Doreen, about just getting out into the essence of the outside and just soaking some of that up. That's going to nourish what I depict to be the soul here for you as well. There's lots of blue that just sits in across the top of the card as well. So blue for me as a color connection will always take me into that healing vibration. So I know that we just need to be asking spirit to place a sense of healing around you, whether that be physically or indeed mentally, just to give you somewhat of an uplift and somewhat of a boost there as well. But the wording on the card here is many paths. So I feel as though we've got decisions to be made here, you would understand, Doreen, with regards to what direction you now need to take in life. And there are so many different opportunities that are presenting themselves to you. Draw back into that first part of the information with regards to allowing the gut to take and make the decisions here for you. Trust it, feel into it, and go with the flow. 34 also sits just in the corner of the card there. I always play around with numbers. I'm going to add 3 and 4 together, come up with 7, and take you into the 7th month of the year. So July must be a month of significance that sits particularly well around you with those that have transition spirit side with regards to a birthday, anniversary, or a passing. And that's what I feel that I'm getting from that card as I connect that to you, my lovely Doreen. So again, with yourself, some feedback would very much be appreciated. There we go, producer Richard.
Lovely.
Lovely.
Sadly there's no response from Doreen. Can I just ask everybody who watches the channel on a regular basis, please respond as quickly as you can. We are aware that there is a 10-15 second delay, but to keep this energy going and to keep the flow with Bill or the other hosts, please communicate. Because if you don't communicate within 20-30 seconds, I usually tell the host there's no response, and then I tell them to cut it off. So then we move on to the next person, because it's just unfair for other people waiting for a response. So please try and respond as quickly as you can. Appreciate that. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you. The voice from love there, guys. So shall we go with one of your lovely cards and see what it is that we've got coming up next?
Could do if you want to do, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. So that's the deck. So yet again, thank you, Tracy. Hi, Steve. Oh yeah, you can't see the comments, can you?
No.
The power I have is brilliant. So that was the card
Oh yes, I
previously.
can see the comments now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So obviously, if you want one of our cards, the SPTV Divine Guidance cards, please choose between number 36 to number 75. And the quicker you respond, the quicker we can get more readings out tonight. So yeah. So Bill,
Absolutely.
yet again, I'm going to stop the comments so you can't see them coming through. If you can give me a number between 1 and 20.
7.
7. Okay. So 7 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that's your sister.
Do you know, I knew you was going to say that.
Did you?
I actually knew you was going to say that. Oh my goodness. Right, okay.
Must be psychic.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. So I'm going to be giving my sister a message, which is, this is something that's really unusual because it's generally she that gives me the messages. Sharon, for all those of you that are maybe unaware of, Eternal Tarot by Sharon, you can find her on Facebook. She presented the name of Collective Consciousness.
That's right, she did. Yeah.
To me before producer Richard offered it. And when we were in discussions, if you remember and you recall, Richard, and you said, we just need to come up with a name for the show. I said, I've already got it. Collective Consciousness.
You did, yeah.
There we go. Yeah. That's how the show burned. Okay, so Sharon, right, what have we got here? I can't see the words.
Yeah, it's called Conflict. And it's
Conflict.
Number 40.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. I'm not too concerned as I just blend into this card, actually. A lot of people, when they see quite dark colours to a card, get a little bit thrown or they feel a little bit weary. For me, this is all about connecting in to where you've been and where it is that you're actually now going to. So we're coming somewhat out of those darker depths here. I know that you've had to ignite and instill lots of fire into your belly to get you to the place that you are now, and consciously I know that as well. But for me, there's somewhat of a battle that's going on here within this card. Now, I want to push all of my conscious thought to one side here, and I want to say that this battle at this moment in time doesn't involve another. I feel that this actually relates to you and the battle that it is that you've got going on with oneself at this moment in time. There's a massive wingspan that just presents within this card. So there is so much growth and there is so much opportunity that's presenting itself and coming your way to you, you would understand. But you've got to grab the bull by the horns and you've got to start to believe in yourself even more so now than you've ever done in your life. For me, I can't see the card in great detail, but that spiral of orange light that's just going up towards the top of the card, for me, I'm depicting beautiful stars just sitting at the top of that light. And for me, I just want to say I feel and have a sense of wanting to go into astral traveling with you. So there's a dream state that's going on with you or around you at this moment in time, and I don't know that, so do let me know if that relates with you. It does, spot on. I feel as though there's a dream state that's happening around you where spirit are actually dropping into your mindset scenario or circumstance with regards to you wanting to go slightly deeper into yourself and get this confidence, and they're almost showing you the way. So these are little simplistic signs that are being presented to you through dream, through astral travel, that they want you to start really acknowledging and tapping into. So let me know if that makes sense to you. What's the number on that card, Richard?
40.
40.
Yeah,
okay.
40.
So I'm going to just drop the 0 and I'm going to go 4, and then I'm going to go into April as a month of significance that would sit around you, Sharon. But for me, we don't do a lot of future predictions, as you know, because we're mediums or spiritualist mediums. But as I'm working psychically, I'm going to give you April as a possibility through your own free will moving into next year, where this evolution should start to unfold with regards to just going in with that trust and listening and working on those simple, tiny little signs that spirit are dropping into your mindset. So I hope that that makes sense with you, and I'm sure you'll phone me after the show now and tell me whether or not it is. Definitely, I need to trust more. Perfect. Well done. Thank you very much for confirming that. That was a bit bonkers, wasn't it?
Yep, it was. Right, I'm just going to read. Obviously, this card has about 4 paragraphs to it, so I'm just going to read the last 2, because obviously, if we give all the information, you don't need to buy the cards. So there you go. So it says here anyway, furthermore, the conflict card encourages you to ensure that your actions and reactions come from a place of understanding and compassion. While defending one's beliefs and values is important, being open to other perspectives can eliminate new paths and solutions. In essence, the conflict card is a call to approach challenges with bravery, understanding, and wisdom. It's a reminder that every storm eventually clears, revealing brighter skies and fresh opportunities for growth. Okay, so obviously there's a lot more into this card, but that's the last 2 paragraphs I'm just going to read for you there.
That's really interesting, because some of that actually relates to what it was that I relayed as well, and I fell into. So these are really great cards to be working with. I need to get my pre-order in, really, don't I?
You do.
Yes, I do.
What we've done in the descriptions, because obviously there's an intro to the cards, is it asks you to really look at the background, the foreground, and the expressions of the faces, because there's so much symbolism within these cards that I've added, so every individual will see something different with them.
Yes.
That's the idea of the card. So they are unique. They're not just a typical card that you just look at the card description, feel from it. There's a lot of hidden symbols. Look, for example, you're going to look at the hands. What's in the hands? What does it represent to you? Does a sword mean being stabbed in the back by someone? Beat the conflict. The wings, is that could you fly away from this? Don't turn your back. Or does it mean protection? It's just so much within the card, in each card. So,
yeah, and it's a fabulous concept as well to have that book with it, because for those that are maybe just starting out on their journey, that are using cards as a tool, this gives them a lot of guidance, and it gives them a lot of instruction with regards to how they can perceive and read that card, and take that with them into future decks as well, so that they're learning that skill and they're learning that ability with this deck, but they can then kind of like apply that into other tools that it is that maybe they're using. They might just go in with a color connection, for example, and that just might sit in their storage, in their filing cabinet up there, that they use and take into further readings down the line when it is that they feel comfortable to go out there and start working. So that's a great concept.
Including the colours. For example, we just, as a quick test, I know it's your show and I'm taking over a little bit and I apologise.
Oh, that's fine.
Can I just ask what everybody feels about this card? You got the amber there, or somebody might see as the orange. So even though there's darkness at the bottom, but then there's light at the top, so you can read it from that way. Some people could then use the card for colour. You've used it for numbers as well, so you can use it if you're doing numerology. So you could use that. So it covers trying as much as we can. Anyway. So if you do want a card, don't forget, please choose between 36 and 75. If you're just asking for a reading, that's fine. If Bill feels drawn to you, then obviously he will. There you go.
Fabulous.
Yeah. Cindy is saying inspiration with that.
Inspiration. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Do you know, I feel quite drawn to working with Cindy, actually.
Okay.
Now that her name's just popped up there. I want to go mediumistic here with Cindy, because again, I've got a gentleman's energy that's just beginning to build up behind me here, and I feel as though I want to go eternal side. I want to go over to Dad, but I want to go a generation above Dad, so I'm going into Grandfather, who would be spirit side, to connect with Cindy here this evening. First thing that he's doing with me is making me want to burp somewhat, so I've got a sense of acknowledging that there must have been some type of digestive issues, or there must have been some type of reflexive condition that would have been evident with him prior to him going spirit side there. All he keeps doing is talking about how proud he is. Yes, grandpa passed. Thank you, darling. All he keeps doing is just talking about how proud he is of the way that you have raised. I feel I need to say your daughter. Would you understand that you have a daughter and that you have raised her? He makes me feel as though I'm standing alone here, Cindy. I have to be honest, but please correct me if I'm incorrect. But you would understand about how much you've had to stand alone. You burp a lot, bless you. How you stood alone with regards to being that dominant force within this child's life, please, my lovely. He gives me a great understanding here as well, God love it. Can you understand that there would be American connections as well? There would be links to America, whether that be yourself or indeed with he, because he just takes me stateside here as well. And I've got a sense of wanting to travel stateside also, or there's been some type of initiated travel that's been going on between the States and the UK. You never get to hear proudness, my daughter is my life. Perfect. So there you go. You've just been given what it is that you've needed to hear there with regards to the job that it is that you do as a parent. And don't be ever frightened to stand alone. And there you go. You just popped up. I've raised them alone as well. Well done, you. Talk to me about this link with regards to wanting to go stateside. Daughter just come back from USA. Perfect. There we go. So this is fantastic with regards to the information that it is that you're starting to share here as well. Do you know what? I feel quite neat and tidy within my stature with your grandpa as well, you would understand. I don't want to put him on the large side of life. I feel that he was really turned out particularly well for a gentleman of his age and generation, you would understand. Very well turned out, very well looked after. And again, I feel with him that I need to say that he looked after himself. So whether, again, he's trying to give me an understanding here that he would have stood alone for a period of time and done a lot of things for himself, please do let me know and give me the feedback on that as well. Okay, I know that we've just celebrated Halloween, but he does give me toffee apples at this moment in time. He's feeding me toffee apples. So there must be some type of link, connection, memory link association that he wants to share between the two of you here with regards to toffee apples, or indeed even making and preparing them that you would understand and connect to as well, please, my lovely. But for some reason, he also says to me about he doesn't want, he was quite and slender. Perfect. Thank you very much. For some reason, he doesn't want there to be, you must be procrastinating about a tattoo at this moment in time. And he's telling me that he doesn't want you to do it. So he's very much standing within his own morals and his own beliefs with regards to inking. That sounds like Earth Parent Dad. Forgive me. Look, sometimes they share information and it relates to some of our loved ones that are here outside. But if you can take it in that context, then please do so. Talk to me about the inking. He always snuck me treats from the pantry. Haha, perfect. Toffee apple in particular. I don't know why, but that's where I need to leave that with you there. Talk to me about that tattoo. I feel as though I want to go over to my back, the back of my shoulder here. And would you also understand about this being quite, you're covered in tats. Can you understand about there being this oblique, I feel like I need to acknowledge an infinity symbol, you know, almost like that figure of 8. I feel like I want to place that just over here. You would understand, please. Again, let me know if this relates and this makes sense to you. Would you also understand with him as well, as he just impressions himself upon me somewhat, he does give me a sense of me feeling quite fatigued, and that's always my trigger to identify that there was process leading up to his passing. He didn't go spirit side instantaneously. You've got 2 of the infinities on you already. Okay, thank you for sharing that. yeah, there's a process with him. I'm not going over spirit side instantaneously, makes me understand. And in fact, as he's giving me that information, I'm starting to feel discomfort down in the lower part of my abdomen as well. So I know that he's just placing an understanding there with significance to how he felt before going to spirit side, or what it was that he encountered. You would understand, please, my lovely. I also feel as though I just want to stay within this month of November, and I want to acknowledge that with regards to a birthday, anniversary, or passing, that would connect in some way, whether that be with you, or indeed the two of you. But he pulls me into November. He also gives me the number 28. So I know that the 28th has got to fit somewhere here at this moment in time, with regards to that birthday, anniversary, or passing, as I say. Now, just before I send him back off up there to the angels, I just want to get you a parting gift from him, if I may. Okay, my friend. And can you also understand as well, please, Cindy, that there would have been some type of significance with regards to heavy eyes with him as well? It makes me feel as though it's really difficult it makes me feel as though it's really difficult to open my eyes and to focus with my eyes. My eyes feel really heavy. There must have been some type of prompt, or there must have been some type of conversation where we kept going at him in order to make sure that he was focusing, or he was opening his eyes. Please let me know if that sits well with you. You can understand what he means by that. Let me get you your gift before I send him on his way there. Okay, my friend. You know, he's keeping me on the eyes, but he's taking me to spectacles as well. There's a significance here with regards to wanting to acknowledge or to encourage an eyesight test around you, please, because we really have to look after them. He keeps saying to me, we really have to look after them. So I'm sorry you've not got a tasty gift, or something that's very florally, or something that smells nice. You've got an eyesight test, but I'm going to leave his love and his message there with you. Say God bless you, and thank you so much for giving me the opportunity of making a connection with you here this evening. Now, we are going to come back in a couple of minutes, guys. We are just going to go into a short break so that you can see what's coming up on the channel tomorrow and onwards. And we'll be back in about 2. See you in a short while.
Join us at the Bognor Regis Spiritualist Centre for a captivating mediumship demonstration on Saturday, the 11th November from 7:30 p.m. Experience an evening of connection with the spiritual realms, featuring the talents of Bill Hughes, David Hale, and Caroline Johnson. For more information and to book tickets, please visit bognorspiritualistcentre.co.uk.
The SPTV Divine Guidance Oracle Pack, a unique blend of inspiration and artistic beauty. Our captivating set of 78 cards combines the power of ancient archetypes, celestial guidance, and the essence of life itself to provide you with a unique tool for self-discovery, clarity, and transformation, all lovingly housed within an exclusive rigid box. The pack includes a booklet that delves into every card in detail, some of which carry dual meanings for deeper interpretation. The booklet also features 8 distinctive card spread layouts. Among these treasures, you'll discover 22 major arcana, 9 main archangels, 4 elements, and 40 life cards, each a work of art, radiating beauty and delivering profound messages that resonate deeply within your being. The SPTV Divine Guidance Pack, where beauty meets enlightenment. Pre-order today and unlock the extraordinary wisdom that awaits you. To be among the pioneers in experiencing our forthcoming collection and to reserve your pack in advance, as well as to access more details, including a sample audio description, kindly visit sptv.uk/cards.
Join us at the Bognor Regis Spiritualist Centre for a captivating mediumship demonstration on Saturday, the 11th November from 7:30 p.m. Experience an evening of connection with the spiritual realms, featuring the talents of Bill Hughes, David Hale, and Caroline Johnson. For more information and to book tickets, please visit bognerspiritualistcentre.co.uk.
The SPTV Divine Guidance Oracle Pack, a unique blend of inspiration and artistic beauty. Our captivating set of 78 cards combines the power of ancient archetypes, celestial guidance, and the essence of life itself to provide you with a unique tool for self-discovery, clarity, and transformation, all lovingly housed within an exclusive rigid box. The pack includes a booklet that delves into every card in detail, some of which carry dual meanings for deeper interpretation. The booklet also features 8 distinctive card spread layouts. Among these treasures, you'll discover 22 major arcana, 9 main archangels, 4 elements, and 40 life cards, each a work of art, radiating beauty and delivering profound messages that resonate deeply within your being. The SPTV Divine Guidance Pack, where beauty meets enlightenment. Pre-order today and unlock the extraordinary wisdom that awaits you. To be among the pioneers in experiencing our forthcoming collection and to reserve your pack in advance, as well as to access more details, including a sample audio description, kindly visit sptv.uk/cards.
Join Ashley Robinson tomorrow night from 8 p.m. Ashley offers his spiritual philosophy while answering your questions.
And we've had a little bit of a technical glitch going on there, as you probably saw. You've seen the adverts twice over. Hey ho, there we go. We knew it. Listen, we knew it was going to be one of those nights, didn't we? Before we even went live. So that's great. Right, let's get back to business, producer Richard. I want you to be able to give somebody a reading here this evening from one of your lovely cards. So I'm going to hand over to you to roll with it, and let's see where we go.
Yeah, sure. We can give a card. So obviously, as per usual, we go from... Sorry, you just got me.
If only they saw. If only you knew. Just
behind the scenes, you know. Yeah. Yeah. Compose. So yeah, if you want to pick a number between, so let's go 1 and 40 this time. So with the comments.
Okay, let's go number 38.
That's my age, you know, that is.
Is it really?
No. Right, that's page 2. Right, I just got to go back 2 because obviously different batches of 20, so I can read the comments easier. So, and that is Tracy Honey.
Oh, fabulous.
Okay, and she's asked for card 70.
Okay, so over to you and your magic.
Okay, just bringing that across. So then you can see the card. And put that on. And that card is called Reconnecting.
Okay.
There we go. And so the card here, I should read the whole description for this one.
Okay.
A sip of water. Bathed in a divine golden halo, a figure ascends, yet it's an arresting detail. While the wings are grand and imposing, they remain distinctly detached. The striking depiction conveys a profound sense of disconnection, hinting perhaps a separation from one's higher self, spiritual guides, or an essence facet of one's existence. When the reconnecting card surfaces in your reading, it signifies a quest to close the divides and heal the ruptures, whether they be of a spiritual, emotional, or rational nature. This might mean rekindling bonds with loved ones, be they family or friends, or perhaps revisiting past experiences that hold a key to your current situation. Notably, even though the wings stand apart, the shimmering energy evoking them signals an inherent possibility for reunion and harmony. The card gently nudges you towards revealing dormant connections, extending your hand to the overlooking parts of your soul and seeking out the elements that make you whole. Reconnect with the world. Let past grievances and hesitations dissolve. Embrace the present and positivity and purpose in your actions. As you tread your life's path, let this card essence embolden you into forged ties with your core strengths, your life's missions, and benevolent spirits accompanying you.
Ooh. What a lovely, lovely card. I mean, if I was to add just something,
yeah, please do,
a little bit more extra into that, as you said, there's that almost that disconnection from the figure and the wings. So for me, I feel at this moment in time, it's really important to touch on disconnection where Tracy's concerned, whether that be through circle of friendship or family, just to give herself a sense of time out. There's that beautiful essence of that orange glow that's dominant within the card there as well. That always would take me into an understanding of my sacral chakra, which is the pleasurable chakra. So we need to be going out and enjoying life somewhat. We need to be going out and getting it now, Tracy, okay? No more putting it on the back burner or indeed one's self. But where we've got that disconnection from the wings, this is all about just making sure that we're just aligning ourselves back with regards to our beliefs and our understandings and bringing those two worlds and centering them back together. So there's obviously been some type of disconnection there that we need to touch on, but we just want to pull it all back in. And that's what I feel that I'm getting from that card as well, though, Richard.
I
hope that makes sense, Tracy.
Yeah, she just said, oh my God, yes, that makes sense.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Fantastic. There we go. So can you randomise the comments for me? I'm going to go in on the deck of cards that it is that I've got here. I'm going to work on the Earth Wisdom Oracle deck. And let's see who it is that I'm drawn to wanting to work with.
She just said, I'm crying now, makes so much sense. So I bless you, Tracy, and hope everything works out for you.
Absolutely.
And she understands, she said.
Oh, bless. Maria Williams.
Okay.
Okay, so Maria, the card that comes out of the pack for you here this evening, my lovely, is Truth. There's this lady who's sitting within this card who I'm depicting as you at this moment in time. She's making her own kind of music here. She's sitting within that ambience of what I depict to be beautiful surroundings. So this is all about disconnecting from the hustle and bustle of everyday life. This is all about making sure that you are setting time to one side for you. I don't know where music would relate, but I feel that that's very important to connect that in with this card and bring that into a sense of that giving your mindset somewhat of a stillness, somewhat of a balance, you would understand. There's lots of beautiful clearing within that sky there as well. So I need to say to you, we have got those clearer skies, those clearer days ahead. Let's not lose faith here. Again, there's that birth of those beautiful pink flowers that just sit on the chords of that harp there as well. So we've got new beginnings that are opening up around yourself here as well. We need to make that come to fruition. It's not just going to fall into our lap. We need to put in the groundwork. We need to be making sure that we make it a reality. And the only way we can do that is by putting the effort in. You would understand. Absolutely spot on. You listen to music every day. Absolutely fantastic. The other thing that I just want to touch on with this card is that word truth. I feel at this moment in time that there are truths to be shared. These are words that need to be shared and people need to hear this. I feel as I blend in with you and I just connect in with your energies. I'm connecting into somebody who's got a beautiful softness to their soul. And this would be taken as a weakness. Far too many people have taken your kindness as a weakness, and we now need to grow somewhat more of a backbone and tell a few home truths. You would understand. I'm not encouraging you to go out there and have a punch up by any means, you would understand, but be vocal. Don't sit within that silence and don't allow people to take your good nature for their own benefit. You know where this sits, absolutely. And most importantly, I want to acknowledge the dominance of the green and the purple colouring within the card. So purple for me, I know I connect in with you as a very highly evolved spiritual individual. I know that we're on somewhat of a journey here with you. I feel as though I'm compelled to say to you, we need to keep plodding on. We need to, would you understand? Oh my God, that's true. Would you understand? I'm just getting two being dropped into my mindset here. You've got two options at this moment in time with regards to training or developing, and you're kind of like deviating between one and the other. I feel I need to say to you, you've got to be more defined within your approach and your understanding and make that decision. And once you've made it, don't deviate, stick with it. Okay, my lovely. And the other thing that I just want to touch on is that green colouring. So you are a fantastic healer, or you have those fantastic healing attributes that you can so freely share. As you've heard me say to others who have received readings here this evening, just be conscious of how much energy exchange it is that you put out there and what it is that you are prepared to share as opposed to people take from you. And that's where I feel I just want to draw your card to a closure. So thank you so much, Maria, for allowing me to make a connection with you. Now, guys, I've got one thing that I would like to ask from you all. All the regulars are going to think producer Richard here that he's going to go, oh no, here he goes, please share us out there. Well, you can if you want. Okay, thank you. You are evolving and you're a spiritual healer as well. There we go. That's why we got the green essence to come out. Thank you for the feedback, Maria. I'm going to ask you all collectively to please send out healing thoughts and healing prayers to a gentleman by the name of Terry, and to the Warman family as well. Healing needs to go out, and I very much believe in that collective energy or that collective thought process working. So please, let's all just come together before you close your eyes and go to sleep tonight, regardless of your religious beliefs. If you say prayers, please hold Terry and the Warman family in them and send out that healing thought and prayer as much as you possibly can. Thank you very much. That's all I need to say on that. And just like that, producer Richard, we've come to the close of another show.
Yay.
Thank you very much for being our surprise guest.
Well, I didn't do much really, did I? So.
Well, look, you do lots, don't you, behind the scenes, but it's nice for people to see that you take an active approach in the readings as well. Can
I do a selfish plug?
Go on.
Even though it's my channel, but I'm asking permission from you. Well, it's your show, so I'm not going to... But
no, you go ahead.
I know we've been talking about these divine cards, and we would really, really love to... We're only having 100 printed to see how it goes. And we would really love to actually see this dream come to reality. So please, if you can, it's nearly Christmas. If you don't want it for yourself, buy it for someone else. It is £25. Doesn't matter whereabouts you are in the world. It's still going to be £25 UK, and we'll still send it to you. Even if it costs more money, we're still going to send it. So it's not any additional costs for you. And with that, did you know, Bill, that I've actually been creating an SBTV app? Yeah, it's Yeah, it's going to have card of the day, and it's going to have other bits and pieces on there as well. It's going to have all the hosts, what's on today, so you can actually. This is the bit which has been. The app is nearly finished, apart from one thing. It's that I can't get the live on the app, so you don't need to go onto Facebook or YouTube. You can actually physically watch it on the app. That's what I'm trying to work on at the moment. But fingers crossed, I get that hurdle. But once it's all done, it'll be placed in there, and all the information about the Oracle cards and stuff like that. So if you are interested in the cards and the app when it's available, then just go to sptv.uk. That's it.
How fantastic is that?
Yeah.
And you know, I can't even plug you, can I, like I would do when I have a medium that joins me every other week by saying, Richard, where is it that people can find you? Well, we know you can find Richard here at SPTV on Facebook and YouTube. You can also go online and find Spiritual Psychics TV there. We've also got the SPTV directory for all those of you that maybe are looking to book mediums for one-to-one readings or public demonstrations. You can go onto the website. You can also leave reviews for all of the lovely hosts here, especially
it's all free.
If you've received the message. Everything, as you say, Richard, is absolutely free. I hope, guys, that you've enjoyed what it is that we've brought to you here this evening. It has been something a little bit different. But once again, Richard, thank you so much for your time and your energy. I will be back in 2 weeks with the normal format of the show, bringing back the lovely Carol Bromley. So we are in for a fun-filled night because she is like a powerhouse of energy. So I'm really, really excited to be bringing back one of my favourite previous guests. Not that I'm favouring one more so than the other, because they've all been absolutely phenomenal and fantastic, but Carol was one of the viewers' choices. So I've listened to what you guys have asked for, and I'm bringing her back in 2 weeks' time. Same place, same time. You know where to find us. Until then, take care of yourselves. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for sharing, tagging family and friends. Until we meet again, may the love and the light of spirit be with you always. See you in 2 weeks. Take care. Good night. Goodbye.